Good evening. Welcome, everyone. I know everyone in this room is completely convinced that we should be able to educate all of our citizenry on new human biotechnologies, but I'd like to focus on undergraduate education, primarily because that is where the future practitioners, regulators, and communicators of these technologies are being educated together. Our emerging generation of scientists, doctors, journalists, teachers, lawyers, government officials, those are all together in our undergraduate classrooms, and that's where I'd like to consider. And I'd like to look at a sort of meta-analysis of where in an undergraduate curriculum might they encounter this material and learn to deal with it. And I think there's really four major places, and the first one would be in a bioethics major, and I'm going to sort of set those aside because those people are already kind of committed and interested in learning those topics, and so I'm more concerned about where do we reach the people that we don't generally reach. So I say there's three areas. One would be in non-majors courses of the type that Dean Hammond's just described, courses that are actually fulfilling some other curricular objective, a freshman seminar, a course for non-science students, perhaps a writing intensive, courses where faculty can use a topic of their interest to deliver some particular curricular initiative in the college. And these tend to be wonderful courses because they're taught by somebody who's really interested and can be completely interdisciplinary. But unfortunately, because they do not reach that many students, I asked Dean Hammond, she said it was 15 students out of an incoming class of thousands. So, it's only a very limited number of students who are lucky enough to hear that material. The second place would be within specialist disciplinary courses. So a women's studies course on feminist critique of new artificial reproductive technologies, or in a government course specializing in health law, for example. So students who are already within a discipline, who have taken prerequisites, and who are then learning about human biotechnologies under as a topic for analysis for a particular discipline. And the third place would be within mainstream science classes. Some science faculty do include discussion of the LC, ethical, legal, social implications of science, within their courses. And there's usually, it's completely up to the faculty member, but you will see incorporation of LC into science classes. So those are the three particular areas. But notice there's no requirement for this material to be taught in any particular area. It's interdisciplinary, and it's not within the specific domain of any particular discipline. So the science faculty will teach it if that's their interest. The women's studies faculty will teach it if that is their particular focus. The general education course might be on that, but only if somebody is interested in teaching it. So this results in not very many students being lucky enough to experience this material. And I think there's no specific institutional requirements that they do. So being interdisciplinary is a disadvantage in that sense. And I don't see this changing dramatically. I mean, I'd like to tell you all that this is going to change, but from that perspective, I don't think it is. However, I think that the fact that this material falls into this area actually could be used to our advantage. Okay, discussing the social and legal, etc., implications of human biotechnologies is an incredibly sort of powerful way of introducing all kinds of initiatives that most colleges are really interested in. Beyond just the usual sort of oral and written communication, you can hit just about everything on the college's sort of wish list of things you want. Quantitative and symbolic reasoning. You're teaching aspects of genetics are perfect for quantitative and symbolic reasoning. Critical thinking, all sorts of diverse perspectives of diversity. Let's do some community involvement. Let's do some service learning. Genetics and society type courses can be a showcase for any of these institutional commitments. I don't suggest you put them all in one course, but if we have programs and example courses which demonstrate to our administrators and our department heads how this particular type of course can be a very effective mechanism of achieving other college curricular objectives, pedagogical objectives, I think that there is a really positive way of increasing the exposure of our students to this material.
Thank you so much.